Hi, I'm Margie Holmes, psychologist, author, and educator. Today's topic is all about unrequited love. Let's start with your comments about it. To my mind, the best definition we got, because it's short, snappy, pero kuhang-kuha lahat ng meaning nito, is from Lai Feniza Gepolio, who says, unrequited love is a term that is used when one person has strong feelings towards another that are not reciprocated. Too bad. And in my view, the too bad at the end is what really makes it a lovely definition. Now, let's go to the most poetic, and we have to thank Marge Orendain for it, and she says, romantic love. I'm sorry! Well, unrequited love is romantic, kaya lang napakasakit. Diba? That's why, no? Because romance stays when hindi mo pa nakuha when there is a sense of not sureness. Okay, so Marge Orendain says, unrequited love, a terribly wrenching experience. Why don't we love the people who love us? And why can't we? But more to the point for this show is, why don't the people we love us back? Why do we always go for the impossible? Is it more fun, more exciting, more thrilling? The heart cannot dictate who we get attracted to. I have loved so many, but my love was not returned. Sometimes it was even taken negatively. But as they say, habang may buhay, may pag-asa. Other comments equally as good and heart-striking are the following. For Fabian Abrera Mangahas, there is no way to get over unrequited love. Only time. That's why it's one of the worst things in the world. Leo Abaya has a wonderful comment that also redefines what unrequited love is. Leo says, if it happens to you more than 3 times, you should realize that there is already a pattern and that you are probably drawn to this situation because there is something in you that you need to deal with. Leo, correct ka dyan, no? And as Leo distinguishes, if you seem to fall in love, always have unrequited love, parang sa iyo na yan. It is not that there is an object whom you wish would love you, but he doesn't. The point is that you love the drama, okay? Because if it's really love but unrequited, hindi ba mapusok ito, matindi, at masakit kasi unrequited. Pero kung meron kang cycle na masakit, pero one of the joys is sharing it with other people, you know, etc., etc., then siguro hindi talaga unrequited love yan to the particular person. You say unrequited ang love mo. Kasi next week, next month, next year, pareho yung intensity ng feelings, pareho, iyakan, blues, etc. Ang umiba lang yung tao. Okay? Okay, now, Diane Solis says, para po sa akin, ang mga tao na nasa ganitong sitwasyon ay masochista, hedonistic, irrational thinker. At isa na po ako doon. Kailangan niya lang ako pag may kailangan siya sa akin. Minsan, hindi niya naiisip na mag-sorry sa akin kasi hindi naman niya intensyong saktan ako. Nakakasuffocate kumbaga daw ako kasi kapag naging masaya siya at ang dahilan ay ako, baka isipin ko raw pong mahal niya ako. At kapag naging happy siya, dahil nagmahal po siya ng iba, naaawa daw po siya sa akin. Alam mo, in a way, may pagkaswerte ka, Dayan. Kasi this person seems to care about you. Unrequited kasi hindi pareho yung pagmamahal ninyo. Pero napaka-honest niya at sinasabi niya exactly where he stands para hindi ka mag-high hopes. Okay? Milarosa Magdaluyo Rodil says, unrequited love is naive when you expect everyone you love to love you back and then you get hurt when they don't. Correct ka dyan, Mila Rosa. Talagang naive yun. Mandy Navasero says, when you have lost his heart, you have lost your love. Then, another person, Angelina Sparks Canapi adds, when you have lost your love, then you lose your mind. Okay? So, the sharings, though one of the most poignant sharings we have, and I think many of us can relate to it, at least I sure can, is from Aunt Mary. And she says, I'm not as attractive as my friends. I'm the plain Jane, the nerdy one, and one of the boys type of gal. I fell for the heartthrob of our high school. When I was in college, my pretty niece was my roomie. She was the oriental beauty with a silky smooth brown skin, tall and skinny. The saddest part was when I found out that my high school love was courting my niece. They would text each other all day and she would read them to me, and I know she could tell I had feelings for him. She said yes to him and my whole world fell apart. Mel Magsino says, someone once said that you should fall in love only when you're ready, never when you're lonely. Somehow, I forgot that advice and fell in love with a lonely man whom I thought was my second chance at love. I laid down my heart and felt the love, but I was a fool because I was the only one who felt it. By the time I realized it was over, I was dead inside and my world fell apart. I know now he really wasn't my second chance, but a way for me to get to know what second chances really mean and why I deserve to have it. The future is my imperfect man who is ready for me and will love me as much as I love him and will make my world maybe not as perfect but happily complete. And this will be my celebration for the real second chance. Thank you so much, Mel, kasi pinakita mo rin sa amin na even though sometimes you have unrequited love, it is not the end of the world. Because sometimes, somehow, you may find someone else whom you can love and will also love you back. We have email from Anonymous who says, they say it's easier to move on from an ex than from a could have been. I fell in love with my best friend, but I never told him. Now he's dating someone else. I'm trying to move on, but it's difficult when he keeps being friendly with me since he doesn't seem to know a thing. I don't know if I should confess because it wouldn't change anything now anyway, except maybe make our relationship a little awkward. Do I need to confess so I can move on, or is there a way for me to move on without ever telling him? I think by how you share the question, how you frame the question, makes it fairly clear what you want to do. You know, you don't want to confess. You feel you can move on even without telling him. And when you listen to the tips later, I think you can find a couple of tips which will help you move on even if you don't tell him. Okay? And this will be shortly after RS writes. So RS writes, how do I get over unrequited love? I know the drill. Let go, forgive, be kind to yourself, keep yourself busy, and yet he's still in my heart. How do I get really, really over him? We had a brief, intense affair, but now it ended and he said he only sees me as a friend. How do you get over someone who expressed interest, had his fun, then left you just like that? I'm really confused if I loved him ba talaga or it's just my pride. And I want to get back at him. Dr. Margie, it's been 4 years and every day I still think about what we once had. I want that back. 3 months lang naging kami and 4 years yet ako nag-aasa na babalik ang nakaraan. Baliw ata ako, help me. Well, RS to you and to all the others who want tips and help, let me share what your fellow Ask Margiers have suggested. Okay? So one from Orly Jr. Turingan, who says, unrequited love, parang droga. Kailangan maputol ang anumang bigkis. Gabay at support ng pamilya at mga kaibigan ay kailangan at higit sa lahat, yung tao mismo, nakikita niya ang pagkagumon at may kagustuhan kumalawa. Okay? Marilyn Domingo says, the only way to redeem yourself and your sanity is to make a clean break and cut completely. Try to take out all memories of that person, which means erase contact numbers, email addresses, delete pictures, and tell your friends, please, please, not to tell you any stories about him, no matter if it sounds romantic or makes you feel good. This is very, very important. No more stories. Lara agrees. Going back to memories is just sheer torture. I have erased contact numbers, email addresses, etc., etc. When a sad event in my life happens, I talk and rant and rave about this topic to anyone I meet. Sometimes I write about it until the day comes when I am finally tired of doing so. And then I realize that I am over something. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens gradually. You will not have a light bulb moment. You will just suddenly find that it's easier to live and breathe a little each day. That is very true. And I guess what I would say is please, for the others, choose the people you share this with. Kasi minsan baka sobrang mabigat ka na, you know? And just be sure, no? Because if not, your love for them or your trust in them will become unrequited too, no? Because they may feel taken advantage of.